All right, let's go on to section 7.2, multiplication and division as phrases for equations. So this section is going to be pretty much the same as the last section, except we're going to be talking about some multiplication phrases and some division phrases. So let's skip right to that part, because that's the part that's going to be more useful. So we have our multiplication phrases. And for here we have, 9 times k. And we can write this as 9 times k, or way more commonly, we're going to see this written as 9k, because we don't really write a multiplication when there is, when we just have a variable times a number. We could see something like this: twice as, much as m, and that would just be, 2 times m, or 2m in this case. Now, looking at some division phrases we might have. Here we have things like 8 divided into n groups. And that would be 8 divided by n. Or we don't even really see this sign very much. And it's going to start going away because it's really confusing, actually. We're going to write this instead as 8 over n. And that makes it much easier for us to see what's going on. We also see, what if we have q shared equally by 3 people? Well, then we're going to have q divided by 3, or my preferred way of writing it, this q over 3. We could have half of r. That would mean we have r divided by 2, or r over 2, my preferred way. And we have 1/3 of p. Well, we can actually write this a couple of ways. You could say 1/3 of p means p divided by 3. 1/3 is also like I can multiply by 1/3. P times 1/3, because p divided by 3 and p times 1/3 is the same. But the real preferred way that I could write this as most simplified would simply be p over 3. And p times 1/3, you can see that p just goes on the top and becomes p over 3. All right, let's do a couple of examples, and then I will send you on your way. Okay. Example 1. Let's say we have 4 times the number is 8. Now I can tell this one is going to be a equation because I have that equals. So 4 times a number is 8. And in fact, I would simplify this, and I would just write as 4x equals 8. And from there, I could solve it, but for these I don't really need to, because remember, I'm just writing them as equations and phrases. That's kind of the example I'm doing here. All right, this one says 16 candles divided into equal piles is 2 candles in each pile. Okay, so we have 16 candles divided into equal piles. We don't know how many piles. Equals 2 candles in each pile. All right, and I would probably write this as 16 over x equals 2. And that one I could solve doing just my normal style. But for here, I just can leave it like that. If you feel like you get it, go ahead and go on. I'm going to do a couple more as expressions. Oh, it looks like we have just equations for this section. Interesting. All right, well, let's do one more then. The product of 4 and a number is 12. All right, the product of 4 and a number. 4 times a number is going to be equal to 12. And there we go. I'm good to go. Go ahead and get started. Good luck.